Icar expressed its excitement over the news of Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's diplomatic engagement, highlighting the shared history between the two nations. President Tinubu is set to arrive on the island over the weekend, and authorities have warned residents to brace for possible traffic delays during his commute. President Aaron Alexander noted that some of Saint Lucia's ancestors may have originated from Nigeria.
Saint Lucia, Nigeria have an intertwined history in that during the African Holocaust, commonly referred to as the transatlantic slave trade, African people, our ancestors, were captured from the Yoruba, Igbo, and other ethnic groups of Nigeria and shipped to the Caribbean. Most of these Africans landed in Saint Lucia. Some warriors who were dissatisfied with the royal kingdoms to which they belonged would wage war, and the conquered royals were also shipped to the Caribbean. As a result, many of us Saint Lucians might be able to trace our ancestry to Nigeria and even discover that some of us are of royal blood. Therefore, it is an honor to have His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria, visit us at this time.
Tinubu will arrive on Saturday, June 28, 2025 and stay until July 4, 2025. He will conduct an official state visit on June 30th and July 1st, reserving the remaining days for personal engagements. Alexander is concerned that the Nigerian president may ignite discussions within the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, about supporting African nations perceived to be selling out their state resources to Western or colonial leaders.
Even today, as we speak, the West African states of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are breaking free from neo-colonial rule and declaring resource sovereignty, much to the displeasure of their former colonial rulers and even ECOWAS. President Tinubu is well known for standing against those African states, especially standing against the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, who dare to break away from colonial rule. We therefore sincerely hope that President Tinubu's visit is not here to drum up support from the OECS or CARICOM for his and by extension ECOWAS adopted position of not standing in solidarity with the AES and in particular standing against President Ibrahim Captain Traore of Burkina Faso.
Icar urged the government to clearly state its stance regarding Burkina Faso's conflict and the efforts of African countries to break free from colonial control.
We are calling on our Prime Minister and the External Affairs Minister to articulate the position of the government on this critical and very crucial issue ahead of the President's visit. To date, we haven't heard a word from the OECS, neither CARICOM, on this matter. Recently, when the US tried to bully the Caribbean, stating that we should not do business and accept help from Cuba and Venezuela, the OECS and CARICOM stood in solidarity with Cuba and Venezuela as they should. Hence, we dare ask why the loud silence on Burkina Faso and by extension the AES? Why hasn't the OECS and CARICOM issued any statement about this?
Icar's president recalled that His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie visited the region in 1966 and that Nelson Mandela visited in 1998. He applauded the Philip G.P. administration for forging stronger ties with African nations and ensuring that history remains alive. Alexander also requested that the Prime Minister consider taking Icar members on the trip to Ethiopia for the 2025 Africa CARICOM Day Conference. Gina Filippi, HDS News Force.